Well, hello, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Baker and Harold. And soon enough, Wembley's going to make his appearance because today is Story Hour. And I'm just about to get started, but I just wanted a few minutes to talk to your moms and dads, grandparents and caregivers about just a couple things. As you know, we're coming to you live from Elkins Public Library, and all of my videos can be found on the elkinspubliclibrary.org website. You go over to More, click on Virtual Library, and then go down to the Children's Room. You'll see all sorts of resources. I've put crafts, field trips to zoos and museums, my YouTube channel, my contact information, and I urge you to email me with suggestions, comments, or things that you'd like to see. Remember, this is all new for me, and like many people who are performing without a live audience, it feels a little different. So I know that you'll bear with me, but perhaps with your child at home, you can participate just like you normally would on a Tuesday, just like we have so much fun doing all the time. One thing that I've been very mindful of is that I'm going to act as silly as I always do. I'm going to dance like I always do, and I'm going to sing like I always do, because it's so important for the children to know that pretty soon we're going to be all together again. And so the consistency for them is so important right now. So I urge you to view this with your child and to model funny, goofy behavior. Your children need to see you having fun because they're also probably witnessing you having moments of stress and anxiety. I know that we all are. So, without further ado, I'd love to start Story Hour. A wonderful thing about this is if your child is of an age that they can't really sit still throughout my whole program, we know who you are. It's very, very, very wonderful that you can pause or maybe use little segments of this. So here we go. Are you ready, Harold? I'm ready. So, boys and girls, welcome to Story Hour. I can tell that you're ready, so I'm gonna start. Are you ready? Because I am. Here we go. Good morning, boys and girls. Oh, that was beautiful. I'd love to hear it again. Here I go. Good morning, boys and girls. Oh, you said that so loud and proud. Now, boys and girls, it's Story Hour. Who always joins me for Story Hour? That's right, Wembley. Well, here's Wembley right here. Come on, Wembley. Remember, Wembley is very silly. Are you ready to be silly with Wembley? Hello! Now, Wembley, what's that face for? I know there are no children here. I forgot to tell you. But you know what? We're just going to say hi to all of our friends at home. Are you ready to do that? Yay! Can we sing the Here, Here, We're All Here song? Wembley's going to do most of the singing. Are you ready to sing along? Here we go. Here, here, we're all here. Here, here, we're all here. Here, here, we're all here. We're all here for story time. Oh, Wembley, I think you're showing off a little bit. Yeah. Well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to shout out to all of our friends. Now, boys and girls, there are so many friends that we want to say hello to, but we're going to try to say as many names as we can. Are you ready? Should I do most of them? How about we split it up? Okay. Here we go. I'll go first. Madeline and Liam, Ella, Caden, Mila, Lenny, Maya, Sebi, Lennon and Louie, Leo, Matthew, Rylan, Kinley, Elena, Logan, Derek, Sawyer, Emerson. You ready? Here we go. Kira, Ryan, another Ryan, Alex, Vera, Cedric, Cambria, Iris, Tegan, Peyton, Kira, Rosalind, Horizon, Colton, Kennedy, Blakely. Can I go again? Okay, good. Philip, Amelia, Nathaniel, Nolan, Wes, Jack, Thomas, David, DJ, and Kaylee. Now, I may have missed some of you. If I have, put your name in the comments below, and on my next program, we'll be sure to say hello. How about that? Now, Wembley, do you have any questions for today? He does. Wait just a minute. Let's see. What's your question? Oh, that's a good one. I think so too. Wembley has a question. Today we're going to talk about maple syrup, because isn't that something that's happening in our world right now? Wembley wants to know what you like to eat maple syrup with. Think about it for just a minute. What do you like to eat with maple syrup? Pancakes. Well, that's a good one. I like to eat pancakes with maple syrup, and I love to eat waffles with maple syrup. Think at home, boys and girls, of what you like to eat with maple syrup. Today we're going to sing songs and read books and do some yoga, all about maple trees, sugaring season, and maple syrup. Are you ready? Good job, Wembley. You did such a good job. I'd like to do some songs and dances with the children. Are you ready to watch us? So Wembley's going to sit with Harold, and we're going to go on with the rest of our program. Now at home, I want you to get out of your seat, and I want you to dance with me, because up next is the bubble song. It's one of your favorites. So let's do it right now. I'm ready to pop some bubbles. Everybody up. This is your favorite, and here we go.
You know what kind of day it feels like to me? It feels like a bubble popping day. 1, 2, 3 little bubbles. 4, 5, 6 little bubbles. 7, 8, 9 little bubbles. 10 little bubbles. Go pop, pop, pop.
You remember?
All right, now let's go pop those big bubbles. 11, 12, 13 big bubbles, 14, 15, 16 big bubbles, 17, 18, 19 big bubbles, 20 big bubbles. Go pop, pop, pop.
Good job.
I just love popping those bubbles. Pop, pop, pop those bubbles. Pop, pop, pop those bubbles. Pop, pop, pop those bubbles. 20 bubbles. Go pop, pop, pop. 20 bubbles. Go pop, pop, pop.
Well done, boys and girls. I just love that song. Now, I'd like to read our first book. I'm going to read to you a book that I love called Almost Time. I'm ready to read our first book, Almost Time. This is a brand new book, and I love it because it's very, very perfect for this time of year. So here we go, Almost Time by Gary D. Schmidt and Elizabeth Stickney, and illustrated by G. Brian Karras. Are you ready to listen? I'm ready to read. Almost Time. See? When Ethan had to eat his pancakes with applesauce instead of maple syrup one Sunday morning, he knew it was almost sugaring time. Look at that big plate of pancakes. Is the sap running yet? He asked. His dad shook his head. No, not until the days get warmer. That afternoon, Ethan took his sled to the big hill. It was a sunny day, so he left his hat and his scarf and his mittens at home. But the day wasn't warm. We have those, don't we? We think it's all warm out because the sun is shining. Next Sunday morning, Ethan's dad made a pan of cornbread, but guess what? You guessed it. No syrup. Say it with me at home. No syrup. Is it time to tap the trees? Ethan asked. Well, it will be when the nights get shorter, Dad said. At bedtime that night, Ethan thought there might be some daylight still coming through his window, but there wasn't enough to find Roosevelt. And I don't know if you can see, but Roosevelt, his teddy bear, is right up there on his bureau. Next Sunday morning, Ethan stirred raisins and walnuts into his bowl of oatmeal. Guess what? Say it with me. No syrup. When he bit down on a walnut, he discovered something. My tooth is loose, he said. His father inspected. I expect it will fall out before too long. How long, Dad? Asked Ethan. About as long as it takes for the sap to start running, said Dad. Now Ethan had 2 things to wait for. Show me 2. 2 things to wait for. Do you know what those 2 things are? That's right. He's waiting for the sap to run, and he's waiting for his tooth to fall out. This feels like the part of the book where things start to change, doesn't it? Books are good that way. But the days were still cold, and the nights were still long, and his tooth would not come out. The next Sunday morning, Ethan's dad made eggs and toast. Oof. Ethan tried not to think about maple syrup in the afternoons, when he slid down the big hill, or when he turned off his lamp at night. Good night. Or when he wiggled his very, very, very loose tooth during school until, look, boys and girls, what's happened? His dad was waiting for him when he got off the bus. How's the tooth? He asked, and Ethan smiled to show him. Give me a nice toothy smile at home. Do you have a loose tooth? Many of you do. So is the sap going to run now? Said Ethan. His dad smiled and showed him. Look, boys and girls, the buckets are on the trees. Oh, it's sugaring time. So every afternoon that week and all day Saturday, Ethan and Dad hauled buckets of sap from the trees and tendered the fire beneath the pans. Look at that. Many of you have gone to sugar houses and seen that, haven't you? As the sap boiled and boiled, I bet that smells good. Look, it's starting to change color, and look here, they're putting it in bottles so we can take it home. And early on Sunday morning, when there was already a little light in the sky, Ethan poured sweet maple syrup on his pancakes. Oh, my favorite. Oh, look at Ethan, and look at his bear, Roosevelt. And they finished their pancakes with syrup on them. Good listening, boys and girls. I hope you liked this book.